The next technique in the Kenpo Karate for Christ Second Brown curriculum is Leap of Death. Leap of Death also shows up in our long 5 form, and it's followed up with an extension. So it'll be a little longer in the form than it actually is for sake of the technique. But for the technique, what's happening is they're doing a step-through punch, and we're going to receive the punch much like we did with sowing the seeds. We come back here, catching the fist, and hyperextending the elbow with this heel palm, kind of open hand like you're making that C, catching their arm. So again, they punch, we catch, boom, heel palm to the arm. We're going to pull them through, and as you pull back, then back fist through the rib cage. So this is pulling, and then boom, pivot to a forward bow, left forward bow as you do a hammering back fist to the rib cage, and then we're going to come right back to that elbow again, right? So you get their mind off that arm, so you can come right back to it. And as we do, come back to catching that arm, you're going to now anchor down as you lift up with the elbow. So you're pulling down at the hand, at the wrist, up at the elbow, and with the left foot, you'll do a slight step in between their legs. You want to lift them up on their toes, tiptoes, right? Cause them to go back, lifting them up by their arm. And then from here, we're going to turn to face 6, and as you do, that arm that's on the elbow reaches across the hip, and it actually blocks their left leg. You want to reach all the way to the left side hip and put your hand on it, continuing to keep the pressure that you had with your palm on their elbow. That pressure is going to transition now to your arm, right? So it goes from the palm to the arm, but you still keep that contact, and as you pivot, this becomes a lever, and you're actually going to flip them over the lever. Or they're going to come face down, either way. And this technique has a either or in that case. Do they fall flat on their face, or do they flip once and land face up? Traditionally in this technique, the way it was done after this back fist was just simply raw strength, kind of jerking them down to the floor. But to utilize leverage a little bit better here, we're using this palm lever and then turn with a hip lever to throw them down. But the result is they may not land face down now. They could flip and turn face up. So the movements aren't going to change much. If they land face down, you're going to jump towards 6, high as you can, coming down. And when you come down, I'm going to turn towards 12 so you can see. We're jumping down with a downward palm strike behind the head. So if they hit the ground and they're trying to lift themselves up, you're going to almost like a basketball bounce their chin off the ground as you come down, right? Your feet want to be on either side of their body as you drop all your weight down. Again, traditionally, this is where the technique got its name, Leap of Death, and they taught it to jump on the kidneys. If you do that, you may cause damage that can't be fixed in the process. Again, my whole point in doing this is to protect the sanctity of life. So someone just throwing a punch doesn't merit destroying both their kidneys. But you will also turn your ankles if you land with all your weight at the same time on both sides of their back, because that's not a smooth surface. So while it looks cool in the technique to do, if you really tried it, you'd probably break both ankles. You'd probably destroy their kidneys too, but you'd be crawling away, right? And if they've got buddies, then you haven't put yourself in a great position. So when you jump, you want to land on either side. Come into this convex open knee here as your hand, both palms come down, and you want to catch the back of the head, boom, kind of knocking it into the ground, right? And so if that's their face down. And immediately we're going to fish hook with your fingers under their chin. Hook under and switch your knees to concave. Let them come in as a support and pull the head back against your knees, kind of extending their chin. Pull them there, and it finishes as you turn to the right or to the left with a right downward knee. Turn to 9 o'clock, drop your right knee down, boom, left hand here just to check, and my full cover out will go that way. Oh, sorry, that's if they're face up. If you're facing 6, when you pull the head up, you still turn to the left, but that'll be towards 3, and you're going to full cover out that way. So if they're face down on the ground, you're going to leave that way. If they're face up, you're going to leave to the left, right? That's what changes. So if you, when you get to this position, you turn and they flip, boom, and they land face up. When I jump, I'm going to jump and turn, right? So that I can face them. And as I come down again, I'm doing that palm strike, but this time I'm going to hit the chin, bounce the back of the head, and come right back up and pull the nose into the knees. Turn, drop the knee down, full cover out. So that motion of wide, grab, pull up, twist to the left, and drop your right knee down, and then leave that direction, whichever way you're facing. That doesn't change whether they land face down or they land face up. In the form, we assume they're face down. In the follow-up there, destructive kneel only works if they're face down, right? So, again, with leap of death, we catch, hit the hand, we're pulling them into that back fist, step in, catch their elbow, lifting them up on their toes, and then turn, dropping them down, right? Reaching across their hip, lever them forward, and they hit the ground, either face down or face up. Again, for the camera, we'll assume face up. So I'll jump, turn, boom. As I drop that down, that hits the chin, grab the back of the head, pull up into the knees, turn, drop the right knee down, and then full cover out towards 9 o'clock. Towards 3 if they're face down. And I'll continue to face 6 o'clock when I jump, right? Everything else is the same. So one more time, leap of death. Catch the fist, back fist. Lift them up, turn them down, boom! Lift up, drop them down, full cover out.